So in our last video, we actually covered the overall dimensions and the square footage associated with open concept living, which are downstairs at Duo or Coastal Modern. And now we'd like to discuss where a majority of the living will happen upstairs, which will include the dimensions that are associated with the main primary suite upstairs that overlooks Camelback Mountain, as well as the auxiliary bedrooms and the bonus feature, which is going to be our open concept living upstairs with our family room. Let's get to it. So what exactly are the perfect dimensions for a primary suite? Well, in this case, we're talking somewhere between 550 and 600 square feet. The main bedroom is going to be a minimum of 16 feet wide by about 14 to 14 and a half feet deep. Although you could typically get a little bit larger if you have a larger lot. However, as mentioned, these are our two-story builds, and we wanted to create better volume with the space by creating an open cathedralized or vaulted ceiling that you'll see above us, which allowed us to be able to get our clear story glass, provide us with the ultimate of luxury views of the iconic Camelback Mountain. Overall, this space is going to be somewhere between 250 to 260 square feet. Overall, primary suite space has shrunk over the years. Originally, we thought that you need about 300 square feet for the main bedroom, but because we've always integrated a larger bathroom as well as a walk-in closet, it allows us to be able to reduce the overall space that is within the primary suite. So as we move to the overall dimensions of the master bathroom, we're typically talking somewhere between 150 and 175 square feet. Now, I actually like to err on the smaller side because I don't like to have too much room. Overall, I know that there's some differences in opinions when it comes to master bathrooms, but I feel like a lot of them have just gotten way too large when the reality is that if outfitted appropriately with the right design palette, you'll be able to fit everything that you need within that 150 to 175 square feet. In this case, we have our dual vanity, we have our linen cabinetry, we have our toilet closet that's necessary for privacy, as well as a nice walk-in shower with a minimum space of typically somewhere between 4 and 7 feet, as well as the tub requirement for a 6-foot tub is going to typically be about 7 feet wide by about 4 feet deep. However, no primary suite would be complete without an amazing walk-in closet detail, which we always build out. And this is going to be met with a lot of nuances when it comes to closet space. I know that for a lot of the ladies out there, they'll say that our closets aren't nearly big enough. However, I feel like 100 to 120 feet for a closet space will allow you to be able to have a ton of clothing storage for your needs. And for a lot of our clients that are upgrading or downsizing, it really does provide the ability to be able to purge some of their stuff when downsizing or allow for additional space as they move from a starter home, a condo, or a townhome in the luxury space to a full-on, in this case, 3,500 square feet of luxury living. For those of you that are wondering, this space right here is about 142 feet, which is about 10 feet deep and 14 feet wide. For those of our viewers that might think that that space is too small because maybe they want to integrate a full island within their closet space, I found that a peninsula provides the same amount of storage as the island space, but it's more functional because you don't need to have 3 feet that surround that island that allows you to be able to get a little bit more compact with your closet space. So before we go and talk about the auxiliary bedrooms, I want to talk about the functionality of the overall space that we discussed within the primary suite. Now, the reason I say that we need 16 feet of space is because you'll need room for your king size bed as well as well-appointed end tables that also allow for the potential of any additional furniture that you might need within the space, such as a place to be able to put on your shoes, a small nook for a desk or home office if you so desire, and or for those that don't have enough closet space, enough room for an additional dresser if needed. So now let's move on to the auxiliary bedrooms and talk about the sizing and dimensions that are required for each guest to be able to live within these spaces. So overall, for a auxiliary bedroom ensuite, we're looking at 225, maybe 250 square feet total, including the ensuite. What that'll do is allow us to be able to have a minimum of 11 by 14 foot bedroom. Now, a lot of people will say the minimum is 12 by 12, but I found that you get better functionality with an 11 or 12 by 14 foot bedroom. And the reason for that is it allows you to be able to get a king size bed in, also allows you to be able to have path of travel to your bed, to your bathroom and walk-in closet, which is associated in this guest suite. Our minimum requirement for an ensuite bathroom is going to be 50 square feet, and the minimum requirement for a walk-in closet for us is going to be 25 to 30 feet. So overall, you're looking at about 75 to 80 feet for the bathroom and closet combination, with about 150 square feet for the bedrooms or more, dependent on the space available. One of the nice things that I love about this bedroom specifically is the small nook that we have for a desk for either kids being able to do homework or a bookshelf for anyone that might reside within this space. In our second auxiliary bedroom upstairs, it can't quite be called an ensuite because although we have a walk-in closet, we need to leave the bathroom accessible to those guests that are going to be residing in the most important space upstairs, which is going to be our upstairs family room. But in the space that we're currently at, we're 11 feet wide by 15 feet deep. This provides plenty of room for a queen-size bed, a nice sitting bench in front, as well as any dresser and or TV unit that might be associated with this room. The bonus feature of this room is going to be our exterior patio, which you get additional 25 square feet of living and a 25 square foot walk-in closet, which has easy access to the bathroom that's located just out the door. That's slightly bigger than our minimum requirements, totaling a total of 60 square feet, which allows for a little bit wider dimensions, given the fact that this will be a shared bathroom between the bedroom and the guests that will be utilizing the upstairs family room for entertaining. So anyone that has kids or has guests that reside within their homes knows that any upstairs suite couldn't be complete without an amazing laundry room. And in this case, we have to have a laundry that accommodates both the primary suite as well as the additional auxiliary bedrooms, and that's found right behind us. We're able to integrate a ton of natural light into this space, which makes it feel even larger than what it is, but the minimum space requirements that we found for a laundry would be 7 by about 10 or 11 feet. In this case, we're able to get about 13 feet deep. That accommodated a side-by-side washer and dryer on pedestals that are very convenient for being able to get this absolutely critical household chore. The main reason for covering the laundry room space is the functionality that it provides for our upstairs living, making sure that once again, no one has to travel up and down stairs on a daily basis to be able to take care of their laundry need. Now, as we move into one of the most critical and the most awe-inspiring piece of this house has to be our upstairs family room. And the reason for that is because of the extension of outdoor and indoor living that we were able to create. But overall, when we're talking the overall size of a family room, we're talking somewhere between 230 to 250 square feet. And in this particular room, we're talking about 15.5 feet by 14 feet wide. And that doesn't include our area that could accommodate an additional closet, cabinetry, wet bar, or any of your entertaining needs within this space. Overall, this amount of space allows you to be able to configure an amazing entertaining space depending on your personal needs. But overall, this space brings a more luxurious feel to the overall aesthetic of this home by providing amazing views of the mountains, as well as our outdoor entertaining space, which really helped to open up this entertaining space. So as mentioned, we have about 230 square feet, but by integrating our 3-panel slider, it allows us to be able to extend our living situation another 11 feet for a total of 150 square feet of additional living space out here on our patio terrace. And what this will allow is for essentially a whole nother room to be able to be accessed, or allow you to be able to transition from inside to outdoor living, which brings your upstairs family room capacity to almost 400 square feet of living space that will be enjoyed by this future homeowner for years to come. So as a quick recap, our primary bedroom is going to be somewhere between 550 and 600 square feet. That's going to accommodate the main room, our primary bathroom, an amazing closet setup. Our auxiliary bedrooms or an ensuite is going to range somewhere between 225 and 250 square feet. That encompasses the main room, bathroom, and walk-in closet. And then for any auxiliary bedroom that's not an ensuite, we're going to be aiming for about 150 to 160 square feet for the main room, as well as 30 square feet for the closet. And in our main family room upstairs, we're going to have about 14 by 15 feet in dimensions, which allows for about 250 square feet of living and an extension of another 140, 150 square feet of exterior terrace and patio for quality indoor and outdoor living. We hope that these measurements and dimensions are helpful as you continue to look at building your 2-story home in whatever market you currently reside. And as always, have a great day.